Day 49. You know, there's been a big bridge. I spoke about this cause and effect thing, but the real bridge is that I've named something about my trading. I need to update my whiteboard. Day 49. And 6. We've basically named another part of our strategy. Well, it's not even a strategy. Should I put some sauce onto this channel? Let me tell you some real sauce. I just did a lot of journaling. What a journey. Never give up. Never give up anything. I don't give a fuck what is happening. I was going through brain surgery, still obsessed with the same stuff I am obsessed with now. Because I made a vow so strong. Never give up, but I've just named another part of my trading. Having a strategy, that's not enough. It's not about a strategy. Obviously, that's a very important part. So when I started being able to predict the markets every week, like my eye is so sharp. It's very sharp. But being able to predict something and executing on it is a whole different thing. That's two separate things right there. This is so much sauce, so much game. It's not about predicting. It's about executing on your predictions. So anyway, that's been part of my frustration. I've been predicting markets using my same strategy for about a year. It's about a year. If you check video week 43, when I stopped this channel, not stopped it completely, but when I took a big break and came back on week 77, that's how long I've been living with executing and learning my strategy. Not finding the strategy, no. Finding the strategy took 4 years. But like 4.5 years, it took me to find my strategy. But since I already found the strategy last year. But now I've been living with, experiencing and learning the strategy. Yes, where to put my certain things, etc. My certain zones. Anyway, that's easy for me now in terms of where to put my line. I put a 1px line on the chart, sometimes 2px line on the chart. So that's old news. Yes, it's great, it's skillful, it's amazing, it's intriguing, it's impressive, it's grandiose, yes. But executing is another ball game. However, now I have created it a separate entity, metaphorically, but also real to me. I've got it written down. It's written down mentally as well, of my execution part. So now it's not just the strategy part. That's been good. You know, I'm good with that. Now the execution part, though, that is the key. So this is a bridge of incidents aligning with my goal. I'm still living in the end. I'm just doing a lot more cause and effect work. But you see how crazy it is? I wouldn't have even came up with this thing unless I switched to the cause and effect. You see how, you know, synchronicities and perfect timing things can happen. I need to make these bits bigger. What's this? My front delt and side delt and my rear. Anyway, yeah. Damn, this is big. This is an important video. I'm gonna name it Named Execution. Or Strategy Upgrade. Should I be titling these things for views or just so I know? Because if I'm going for views, Strategy Upgrade. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna name it. So now, let me get my, oh shiz. I've got whiteboards everywhere. I've got this one, I've got another one on my wall. I love a whiteboard. You have to be astute. YouTube title, upgraded strategy. Because what I've done is, this is an upgrade of my strategy. This thing I've got, I've even given it a name. My strategy has a name. And now this has a name. So now I view it as it's like a person. It's its own entity, which is good for me because I work well under them systems and processes. This is a bridge of incidents. The best channel. Damn. Look how handsome he is. You know, being handsome isn't enough, but it's a cherry on top. Rich, ripped, and rare, and then handsome. That's like a super bonus as a man. You know, I understand I am handsome, but I also understand that's not enough, you know. Yeah. In terms of women, but yeah, oh yeah, obviously in terms of women, but also in life. Yes, I'm handsome, but I'm also interested in having some real foundations behind me, some real financial foundations. And I only have to do this stuff once. I've spent the last 5 years of my life, in fact, in October, I can say 6 years. 6 years of relentless self-work, self-improvement, experiencing and testing mindsets. I remember going through brain surgery. I'd be using my real mindset learnings in real time. Like when I was having so many blood tests, the blood stopped coming out my arm. So I'd use my mindset when I knew I was having a blood test, because it was always a laborious process because my blood wouldn't come out unless the best blood test people, the phlebotomists, shout out to them, if they came out, I was cool, because they specialize in just blood tests. That's all they do. So I remember getting blood tests and I'd be like, I was literally practicing my own mindset learnings in real time. So I'd be like, cool, this is gonna be about 2 minutes of 30 seconds of pain. This is gonna be about 30 seconds of pain, but after that you can relax for hours. So then I'd be getting blood tests. I'd be like, yeah, cool, I'm gonna get a blood test, about 30 seconds to 2 minutes max. 2 minutes of pain, but then we've got hours after that bit of pain of just no pain. But yeah, so anyway, me naming this execution part of my edge is massive. I'm gonna highlight it. I've got pens all around me. I need my pens at all times. I need highlighters, pencils, pens, everything. I do a lot of writing. I need a whole bunch of everything. You know, you see this anime sticker. I don't watch anime, but my brother gave me this. So shout out to him. Now I'm gonna highlight some things. I'm not gonna overdo it. And yeah, lovely. That is now done. We're gonna need to go to the shop to get some food, some chicken. So My lovely mother is taking me. I've got rub out pens. I love pens, no joke. I take this stuff seriously. You know, this is my career. That sounds funny. I don't really speak in them ways of career. I just thought of I thought of a memory video week 24, I think it is. Basically, when I spoke to loads of women at my hometown for no reason. Well, it was for a reason, but I wasn't trying to get their number, and I learned so much. One of the things quickly is, if you approach a girl in real life and you want her number, you kind of have to just not think about getting her number. Like, remove the outcome and go and actually talk to her and understand she's a human. Say you're in, I don't know, a bookshop and you see a girl, you think, oh, she's nice. Don't approach her thinking, what if she says no? Or because when you actually speak to the female, she's gonna tell you if she likes you or not, or if she's interested by the way she talks to you. So say you're in a bookshop and you say, what books are you into, or what are you reading? Anything about books. If she's like, oh, you know, I was actually looking at this book and I was thinking of this. I'm actually currently reading this. What about you? Do you read? Well, then obviously you can hear from that she's being talkative. If she replies like Harry Potter and says nothing else, well then you can just leave it. The real FM. Day 50, 6:50 a.m. I'm about to quickly do a quick visualization of me in a nice apartment. It's Tuesday, 6:50 a.m. Let's go. I'm about to, actually I'll do it on camera. Quick visualization of me in my apartment. Let's go. Day 50. Just kind of had a bridge of incidents with my charts. I'm going to be cutting down to I'm going to be changing the assets I trade. I just looked through data. The last few days I kind of felt a little urge, or the last week or two, I felt a little urge to check my data. Obviously I track all my data, but I didn't check. However, today, I just checked just now. And there's one in particular asset I operate, and I already knew that I was good on this, but now I can see it. It's so clear. I've looked at the data. So I'm gonna be just trading that and something else that I'm also good at, and cutting out the other things. So in the last few days, there's been some bridges. The first one was naming the second part of my execution style, because having a strategy and executing is completely different. So I've now named the execution part, and also I've just narrowed down the assets I operate. So yeah, bridges of incidents. Day 52. There's been some bridges of incidents in my world. So with my trading, I've fined down to only looking at 3 asset assets instead of 6, which is big. It feels better already psychologically. I've removed one and had some other realizations. So yeah, but I'm only looking at 3 pairs now. 3 pairs instead of 6. And it feels good because I can keep, it's like I can read it more. I understand what's happening across the board a lot better. And that works with how I think and also my strategy. I'm now about to do some visualizations. Yeah. Day 54, Saturday. About 8:15 a.m. I'm going to visualize me in an apartment. I'm in an apartment with a beautiful female in a specific location, which I won't say.